Well, Desmond, the atmosphere here is just electrifying. It really is. Wonderful reception. And one wonders what reaction there will be from Krajicek to this. He is sometimes a slightly edgy character, and Henman must play on that. In fact, when he lost to Rafter recently in the French Championships, he didn't go to his obligatory press conference and was fined. And he was so mad losing a match he thought he should have won when he'd been playing well that it just got under his skin. So I think that factor might be in Tim Henman's favour today, but he'll have to play well to unsettle Krajicek and get him in that sort of mood. So let's now, for those of you who don't know much about this young man, and surely there can't be many of those, tell you a little bit more about it. He's 22 years of age, seeded 14 here with a world ranking of 20. But in January, after a wonderful start to the year, he was as high as 14. And of course, famously, a quarter-finalist here last year, playing at Wimbledon for the 4th time. So let's see how he got to this 4th round. Here we are, 3 wins against Nestor of Canada, Galmar of France, both in straight sets, and then that absolute marathon against Harhus when he 3 times double faulted serving for the first set, was match point down, saved it, and won that extraordinary final set 14-12, with the whole of Sunday crowd here going absolutely mad with delight. I've never seen an atmosphere at Wimbledon quite like that, when the whole of the centre court had been queuing overnight and had come in. No reserved seats that day, everybody sat where they wanted. So let's look again at the champion, the defending champion from Holland, 25 now, a tall man with a big serve, one of the biggest in the world. Currently ranked 5, which is his highest ever. So playing with great determination to defend this title, having, as you've just heard, been disappointed in Paris. The first Dutchman ever to win a Grand Slam title, so carrying the hopes again of his country on his ample young shoulders. Well, let's look now at his 3 wins that have got him into this 4th round. Here they are. The only really difficult match was against Pavel there, 6-3 in the 5th, and I saw a bit of that finish, and he looked very convincing to me in the closing stages. 2 sets to 1 down and recovering to come back. So great resilience there from Krajicek, playing in his 25th Grand Slam and his 7th Wimbledon. So Bill Threlfall, I'm going to ask you to stick your neck out. Will the champion be a victim of Henman today?
Well, yes, he could well be, couldn't it, John? Is that sitting on the fence? I don't know. It's one of those matches where, quite honestly, whoever plays well on the day, they're going to come through. That may sound a bit banal, but I mean, both these players are capable of not playing a particularly good match, and they're both capable of playing an absolutely wonderful match. I just don't know. I mean, one hopes from a British point of view, of course, Tim Henman will join Greg Rosetsky. I don't know, John, quite honestly. I'll tell you about the end of the 5th set.
Well, it could be a 5-set match. Of course it could, because they're both playing well. Henman playing a little bit better each time. A lot of pressure on his young shoulders in the opening rounds here. So much expected of him. The whole of the nation's hopes hanging on his shoulders. So I suppose, you know, he's done well to come through those testing times. And in a sense, nothing to lose today. He's seeded 14. His opponent seeded 4, and they've never met. So there's no form to guide us here in terms of their record against one another. There just isn't one. So here's our umpire for today, George Dias from Portugal. Nice neutral umpire. And I think he may have quite a problem keeping this crowd in order.
It occurs to me that Portugal is Britain's oldest ally. I wonder if that's got any bearing on this match.
Well, I think he's going to be totally impartial today. But it will be interesting to see how this
ladies and gentlemen,
young crowd...
Krajicek at the right side of the chair won the toss and elected to receive.
So Krajicek won the toss and elected to receive. So often you hear that, and you heard what he said probably if you have been with us for more than about 15 minutes. He said that he was going to try and jump in early, which means that he's going to have a real go at this first service game of Henman, which is why he put Tim into bat. And I think a lot will depend on the quality of Henman's serve. It hasn't been that good, these championships. It's been patchy. But at its best, it's a world-class delivery. Not quite the dominating serve of Krajicek, who relied on that weapon last year to surprise both Michael Stick, former champion, and then defending champion Pete Sampras in a marvellously efficient match. So Richard Krajicek, supported by a lot of Dutchmen here, and we've seen them in their orange shirts. Can't see any just at the moment if I look around the stand, but I'm sure we'll hear them. And Paul Harthus found the crowd very difficult to handle, and I thought the poor umpire, Andres Egli, I think it was, that day, had a terrible time having to keep them quiet. And I felt really rather sorry for Harthus, because at times the crowd was a little bit over the top, and the support was a little bit more than one would have come to expect here. A little bit discourteous.
Well, I agree with that, and I mean, if you imagine Henman playing in Holland, enormous cheers. If he had served the double fault, well then he wouldn't have liked it, and nor would we. So I hope they're under control today.
Fire, please, thank you.
Henman to serve.
Fifteen love. Thirty love. That's first service. Forty love. Game, and then first game.
So the little plot there of Krajicek's has failed. He put Henman in, and Henman has won a love service game. So full marks to the start by Henman. Of course, as usual, the supporters box there in the front row supporting Henman, and the back row supporting Krajicek, absolutely on the edges of their seats. You've heard David Felgate on the left there say how nervous he gets. He's sitting next to Bill Knight, the man who really started the resurgence among British players with a much more professional outlook among them when he was running men's tennis. At the back, there's the lovely Daphne Deckers. Works in television, the girlfriend of Krajicek. And then Stan Franke, the man who was really responsible. Comes from Suriname originally. Responsible for getting
Krajicek to serve.
Getting Dutch tennis fully
you.
organised. Krajicek's first service game.
Love 15. 15 all.
First mistake he's made. And that only just.
Well, this is not one of the cut-up parts of the court at all. Now, I don't really know why he missed that. Nor, I imagine, does he.
Third all.
Two aces in a row. He's a man who serves many. Before today, in his 3 matches, he'd already served 74, so now the Wimbledon total is 76.
Game, Krajicek. One game all, first set.
So unfazed by that rather extraordinary point when the ball appeared to take a bit of a hop, or a dip rather, shot through under the racket.
Love 15. $15. $15-30.
Well, this was an excellent lob. I'm glad to see Henman doesn't play it between his legs, but that was nothing. Should have either gone down the line, I reckon, or lobbed cross-court. He's good in the air, jumping for the smash. Difficult one, falling backwards.
$40-30.
Henman's 44th ace at these championships, first today.
Juice. Advantage, Henman.
Always looks admirably calm. Says that he doesn't get nervous in these sort of situations.
Henman. Henman leads by 2 games, 2-1, first set.
And I think Bill Henman is going to have to remain absolutely calm today, because the crowd is going to try and rouse him, and it could be a case of too much adrenaline.
Absolutely could. But then, remember, John, he came through that cauldron of fire on Sunday, and I can't believe that's going to happen again, perhaps never in his life. And looking at him from close in, he looked calm throughout. It was extraordinary. And he played a beautiful last point here, because I think he's faced with a difficult situation there. It's a low ball and a very tall man waiting to pounce, but he just steered that with a bit of back and side spin down the line. It was a very clever, restrained sort of shot, and the shot of a man who is calm within himself, who is at peace with himself. He looks it to me.
Time.
And the sun now playing a part as the shadow creeps across centre court.
Another calm
Well,
pass
15.
here where Krajicek has to guess, and guess too late.
Fifteen all. 30-15.
Brilliant.
It's inevitable that you carve underneath this particular volley coming up, and he does it just perfectly, stopping the ball dead.
Game. Krajicek. Two games all, first set.
Well, my first thought here is that they both started very well. Neither man giving an inch, and both being tested and coming through the test.
Love.
And when you haven't played a man before, you try to read the intention of the serve by watching the toss, getting a clue from that.
Net, first service.
And as the match unfolds, you expect to see the returns becoming a little more consistent and the anticipation improving.
Love. 40 love. Game, Henman. Henman leads by 3-2, first set.
And Krajicek unable to get any sort of feel on those returns. Henman winning his second love game, and from the same end as the first game of the match. And I'm wondering whether the duration of previous matches is going to have any effect, and whether Henman is going to be fresh, because he's played much more than Krajicek. Krajicek's played about 5 3/4 hours to get here, but Henman 7 3/4 hours, so there's a big difference there. He said, Henman, that he felt strong again after Sunday, and that's an encouraging sign.
Well, I hope he did. It's another sign, really, of how he's matured mentally, physically. Might have done him a lot of good, John, that match. I mean, he certainly hit a lot of balls in it.
Quiet,
and suffered
please. Thank you.
Mentally through all that stress.
15 love.
Well, it wasn't a particularly good lob, because I reckon it was mishit, but this shot was absolutely correct.
(30-15). All.
Looks as if string is broken there. Sounded like it, certainly, Bill.
Well, I can't believe he missed that smash unless the string broke and delivered the ball too long, because it was a sitter of a smash.
Of course, it's very difficult for the player at the far end when the sun is shining. He haven't had many days like this today, with the sun in your eyes.
(40-30).
Put that down as a half chance.
Game, Krajicek. Three games all, first set.
So the spectators there, Jane, Henman, and on the right of your picture there, Tony.
Thank you.
Parents having to shield their eyes as well.
Love 15.
He does get down to those low balls so well for a tall man, making those passes look easy.
(15-all).
I think he might have thought that was a let, but we have a device attached to the net which announces when the ball hits the net on the way past.
Ominously good return by Krajicek. Just steering it down the line there.
30 all.
Of course, one talks a lot about Krajicek's serve, but it was the returning of the serve, particularly against Sampras last year, that was so astonishing, and one saw Sampras shaking his head in disbelief at times.
Well, these inside-out backhands, off-backhand returns are very disconcerting. The server just doesn't want it as he comes in for the volley. Break point.
He's touched the net, but I think the ball had bounced twice. Have a look here very carefully as to when, yes, deuce is being called while we watch this replay. Now, he just pushes it across into the gap, then can't stop, but the ball has now bounced twice. And I think he's all right, certainly the umpire thought so. And Krajicek didn't query it at all. Wonderful run here and lovely racket control. Oh, just touching it. Deuce.
Advantage Henman. Net for service. Dan Henman. Ball change, please.
And the crowd really getting
by against the 3.
The crowd really getting behind Henman here, who it seems to me, Bill Felfel, is playing better than he's done at these championships.
Quite agree with you, John. He is, absolutely. It was, you know, it was a magnificent win, the 14-12 win on Sunday, but the tennis, let's face it, was patchy at times, brilliant at times. It was a gutsy performance. But the tennis we've seen today has been sensationally good, I think, by both men. And you have to watch Krajicek here, because he does the full 360 degrees and then it's the ball. It's extraordinary. It's a very clever volley of Henman's to go behind Krajicek there. He must have been disconcerted to see this whirligig going on in front of him. There he goes. And of course the eyes come off the ball, so Krajicek, full marks to him for getting his eyes back on the ball and playing a good shot.
Now Krajicek with the sun in his eyes as he serves from the first court. New balls.
love.
May have been part with the sun.
15 all.
In a few moments, well, in about half an hour, all will be well at the far end, but it's always this teasing time of day that proves difficult at that end.
15-30.
Querying that. Can't believe the call. Asking George Diaz there for confirmation. Bemused. Well, this is what happened. Good call, I think, just wide.
And possibly Henman's best return of the match. Absolutely wonderful return, bringing 2 break points.
15-40. Gentlemen, quiet please. Quiet please, thank you.
First break points Krajicek has faced.
Net first service. .30-40.
Well, if you can believe it, that second serve was delivered at 120 miles an hour. That's some courage for you.
Deuce.
Good serve, kicking up high. Henman having to play it from shoulder height.
Well, this is very cool. You try and wait quite a long time to confuse the chap waiting at the net. He did that. And that's the third break point he's gained.
Henman standing much further back for that first serve. He's moving in now. That was a good idea. Disorientating the server. Great reach though.
Deuce.
Long legs, long arms. That's a very good volley cross court to control it like that.
Advantage, Henman.
For the fourth time, a chance to break the serve. Standing well back.
Deuce. Advantage, Krajicek.
Good serving.
Game. Krajicek. Four games all, first set.
So both men now have been tested. Henman saving a break point in the 7th game, and just now 4 break points saved by Krajicek. Very high quality play.
Henman is positioning himself very well, not too close to the net, giving himself time to go either way.
Krajicek having to rush there, that serve not quite anticipating enough in enough time the direction of it.
First stop volley, really. Soft hands, firm resolve.
40-15.
Yes, they both looked over at the linesman because the call was late.
Game, Henman. Henman leads by 5-4, first set.
Well, it now, of course, is the moment when Krajicek begins to wonder whether it was a wise decision to put his opponent in, because at this stage of the set, you don't want to be 4-5 down. If he'd been serving, he would probably have been 5-4 up.
I was thinking exactly that. I was thinking now he comes out. I know he's not going to have the sun to contend with in his eyes, and that is very severe the other end. But he, as you say, now cannot afford to make a mistake on service game. But Henman must be really... I don't think he's the sort of chap who causes lost opportunities, but it's got to be in the back of your mind, really. You had 4 chances to break. Having said that, I think Richard Krajicek really served magnificent string of serves at those break points, and he produced some excellent volleys as well. So now it's Henman's turn to peer into this very bright sun. 4-5.
Love.
Henman is not the only one on court here with nice soft hands and the ability to cut the pace off the ball.
That's first service. Love. That's first service.
Probably heard that little bleep, helping the umpire to decide that it was a let. That bleep, though, comes from the line monitor, Cyclops, that guards the service line. And Henman
14,
deciding
15.
to take all the pace off the ball and make his opponent play it. Very wise decision because it gave him a second bite at the cherry. Swallowed whole. Well, a little double fault problem for Krajicek. Just 2 today.
Game. Krajicek.
Well, this is such an exaggerated stop volley, really. He could almost be cutting the ball in two. Change of grip there, you saw it coming. And the most lovely soft style underneath the ball.
Love. Love.
Going to me or not?
Quiet, please. Thank you. Love.
The left.
Game. Henman. Henman leads by 6-5, first set.
Well, the clues are small thus far, but the way Krajicek reacted angrily to what was said behind him in the crowd and said something back in Dutch. I don't speak Dutch, so I don't know what it said. Probably something like, do you mind awfully not making a noise like that?
I think exactly that. Slightly shorter version, yes, probably. No, he likes to play in a nice cathedral calm. Sprinkled with applause, of course, but it's a very different atmosphere here, not so vehement as on Sunday, but no, I've seen a few clues in front of me, John, and one is that Henman has now served 3 love service games. That proves his serve is in good nick, but then so is Krajicek.
What a treat to see a blue sky overhead. Been all too little of that this year. 5-6.
Love.
Henman still well back, which is what he did when he beat Ivanisevic in Sydney at the start of the year. Semi-final.
Love.
Yes, good volley.
40 love. Game. Krajicek. Six games all, tie break.
So the champion answering Henman's love game with a love game of his own. And the press seats today absolutely cram-packed there.
Henman to serve. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Taking the news of this battle all over the world.
One zero. Krajicek.
Perhaps a little lucky that it clipped the top of the net, disturbing Henman's look at it.
One all.
Well, there was no sun to worry him there, just the pace of the return.
Two one. Krajicek.
Ooh, heart in mouth.
2 all.
How far, he's asking. Here it comes. It's not altogether off the centre of the racket, that, being charitable. A total mishit, in fact. So often they are the effective ones because you can't do anything about them, but that just missed.
Three two. Henman. Four two. Henman.
Well, I think that's the worst point of all to drop, really. Good for Henman there, because Krajicek has a long walk to think about. 2 bad volleys.
4-3. Henman. Five three. Henman. Thank you very much. Quiz are ready. Thank you.
Great play.
Well, this is pretty cool decision-making. A lot of footwork needed by Krajicek there, which gets him out of the way for that nice little drop shot. And this is exactly the position Henman found himself in the match on Sunday.
Henman. Quiet, please. Thank you. 6-4, Henman.
Pretty cool way to save the first set point. Here's another.
Quiet, please. Thank you. (6-5), Henman.
Well, I just hope his mind isn't going back to Sunday when he played Hard House, because at this very juncture, set point to him in the tiebreak, he double faulted.
Quiet, please.
They didn't hear the call.
Quiet, please. Six all.
Well, almost as painful to have missed a volley that was certainly winnable. Daphne there getting excited for Richard Krajicek. And David Felgate churning away inside at the lost opportunity.
(7-6), Henman.
So another set point.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Go!
Quiet, please. Thank you.
You'll get it. Yes. No, he's missed it.
7-all.
Well, you really have to glue your eyes on the ball and ignore everything else around you. It's not all that easy.
Net, first service.
And the look of despair on his face says it all. Unexpectedly fierce, the return of serve from a good wide serve.
8-7, Henman.
And the forced error making him stretch, producing a fifth chance for Henman.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Quiet.
That'll do it.
German first set. Henman.
A nervous flick of the tongue across the lips. Lips that must be lips that must be dry with the tension of the moment. But how well Henman closed it out eventually on his fifth opportunity, going for a big second serve and crashing away the cross-court forehand volley. A little bit of Henmania breaking out around this court, and why not? 48 minutes of real drama there. Both men playing well. Henman certainly playing better than he's played all these championships. Short of match play when he came in here because of the injury to the arm. He had, of course, that operation on the 25th of March after failing in the first round of the Lipton tournament. Had the operation and then had to wait before he came back to resume his season.
Second set, Krajicek to serve. Quiet, please. Players are ready. Thank you. 15 love. $30.
Best seat in the house.
Net. Second service. $40 love. Game, Krajicek. First game, second set. First set, Henman.
Well, it was essential for Richard Krajicek to get off to a good start after the disappointment of that opening set. The champion being thwarted in his ambition to get through Henman early, which is what he told us before the match began he would try and do. So full marks, Bill Threlfall, to Henman for the way he has conducted himself in that opening set.
Absolutely, because it must have been a nightmare for him if he was thinking back to the tie-break against Harhouse. Exactly the same score, 6-3, built up the three set points. 2 points, one on his opponent's serve, and then his own serve. Everybody thought that's it. So what happens? Double fault. This time, I noticed particularly that he slowed that second serve right down, and Krajicek returned it slowly. And the very slow pace of that particular point, I think, was responsible for Henman's bad volley. But he got out of it.
$15 love.
Completely focused today.
Net, first service. $30 love. $40 love.
Well, he's been returning so pretty darn well in this match, but frustratingly unable to engineer any break points except that in the 7th game, just one.
Game, Henman. One game all, second set.
So it'll be Krajicek to deliver again, and he's been delivering most of his serves down the middle. That's to the Henman backhand in the first court and the backhand again in the second court. The reason for noting that is that Henman now must begin to anticipate those. So Henman, knowing exactly where the serve was likely to come, was able to move across and take what would have been normally a backhand on his forehand and make a good attacking return. Slight miss-hit. Never mind. Good shot.
15 all. (30-15). (40-15). Game. Krajicek. Ball change, please. Krajicek leads by 2 games to 1. Second set, first set, Henman.
And it was a wonderful thing for Richard Krajicek last year, Bill, to have won here at last, fulfilling the promise that he'd always shown and which had been frustrated so often by injury.
Yeah, poor guy. You're thinking of the Australian Open a few years ago when he got to the semi-final. I forget what was wrong with him. Back, was it then? Shoulder? Anyway, he has suffered injuries. He's very tall, of course, 6'5". There's a lot of him to keep uninjured. But, yes, a lovely natural talent he has, a nice flowing game. And really, his run last year of beating 2 former Wimbledon champions in succession, Michael Stich and then Sampras in straight set, was a phenomenal performance, and he really did deserve the title.
So Tim Henman fulfilling the hopes of all those in charge of British tennis, including Richard Lewis and David Lloyd. At the top of your picture, David Lloyd, the Davis Cup captain, Richard Lewis, in charge of all the development of our young tennis players. New balls, Henman, 1-2.
15 love.
Oh! We can get into Davis Cup a bit, Bill.
Okay.
That's...
Third, love.
Oh!
30-15.
First time he's double faulted today.
(40-15). Wait, please. Grab the ball, please. Thank you.
Yes, just the ball in the corner there needs to be retrieved.
To the right,
he hasn't
please.
spotted where it is. Here's another ball boy racing across to find it. There it is.
Thank you.
Everybody else could see it except the lad himself. His friends will tease him about that tonight.
Game. Henman. Two games all. Second set.
So a second ace following the first double fault and 2-all. Beginning to fray a little.
Love 15.
Right, he's irritated, and he gets in these sort of moods sometimes when things just are not quite going as he would wish.
15-all.
And I was wondering whether the somewhat erratic bounce on the centre court, which has been worn a little bit more than usual this year, might have some effect on him.
Thirty, 15. Please wait. Thank you. 40-15. Game, Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 3-2. Second set, first set, Henman.
So neither man has lost more than 1 point on serve in this second set, to give you some idea of the quality of the deliveries. And the crowd, of course, just waiting for Henman to give them the chance to erupt once more. Partly their enthusiasm, I think, that helped him through the closing stages of that very exciting tie-break. And of course that's something you come and play away. Krajicek realised he was going to be in for it, just as Harthouse did the other day. He said, yes, I know it was going to be. I'm going to face not exactly a hostile crowd, but an enthusiastic crowd for my opponent. But I said, Harthouse said, I don't think it's going to be like a football crowd, but it was. Poor man.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
There we are. Read the letters. Henman.
Love 15.
Didn't quite get the bounce he expected there, Krajicek. My goodness, that was fine judgment.
30-15.
Well, I suppose that's out. I don't know. That was so close. Could have touched.
But that was plumb on the line, and Krajicek rather sarcastically thanking the linesman this time. The same man who didn't call it out last time, didn't call it in last time. What a beautiful return. 30-all. Oh, yes.
Well, this really is the sort of return that can alter the complexion of a match or a set, because this is break point.
Well, he knew that he needed a good first serve. That's what sorts out the men from the boys. And we have a pigeon right in front of our commentary box who's just disturbed Henman's concentration for a second.
Advantage Henman.
Well, now, what did that bleep for? It was well inside. It wasn't even close.
First serve.
Yes, first serve. Absolutely. I think George Diaz had no alternative. It was the bleep, it wasn't the call.
Well, Krajicek was clever here. He played the sort of shot where he could expect that down the line, and sure enough it was.
Advantage Henman. Game, Henman. Three games all, second set.
Tremendous positive thought there from Henman, finding his best serves when he most needed them.
Love. Love. Love.
Seems to have got into the rhythm again on his serve. Krajicek. He lifts the whole of the rest of your game when you're serving well. Yes, well played.
Game, Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 4 games to 3, second set, first set, Henman.
So Krajicek, having failed on the one break point that he's had in this set, he hasn't had to face one himself yet in this set, playing the most beautiful service game. Totally focused again now, after a little bit of frustration in the tie break. Following in fast here, lovely balance, and then meeting the ball out in front with the punching action, the racket going through the ball like a boxer with a straight right. So a very fine tennis match, high quality, Bill, and when Henman was tested he came good.
Absolutely, it doesn't seem to bother Tim Henman at all when he's facing break point. Astonishing. He started that particular habit against Kafelnikov last year.
Love.
No, it's long. That was such a difficult volley for Henman.
30 love.
Yes, difficult volley, well played by Henman. Difficult shot here because he was close to the highest part of the net, and he was not pleased.
(30-15).
Great anticipation there, reading the toss of Henman's serve in the right place before the ball had been struck. 30 all.
Well, Henman swiftly to the net here. That's a difficult low volley. And that was right to the limits.
Game Henman.
And no wonder they are erupting. That was easily the most exciting rally of the match.
4 games all, second set. Quiet please, players are ready.
And the frustration continues for Krajicek.
Henman burying his smash.
Love 15.
In Krajicek's midriff here. Self-preservation poke by Krajicek.
(15-all).
He's realised, I think, that the blocked return low, if he can achieve it, not easy on some of the fast serves, is the way to play him, because there was a half chance there on the pass, making Krajicek volley up. No chance there.
30-15.
13 aces now.
And that was his fastest serve, 131 miles an hour.
(40-15).
Oh, what skill.
Game. Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 5-4. Second set, first set, Henman.
Gives you some idea of how Krajicek's seeing the ball now, because it was a full-blooded return from Tim Henman. on game point to Krajicek, and look what he has to deal with. Beautiful service action there, in fast, a little check step there to see where he has to go. Now he has a very difficult low volley, and he controls it perfectly, just coming off the top of the net and dying in the forecourt.
We're just having point after point of fantastic shots. None better, I think, in the whole match, really, than the last point in Henman's service game. That really revealed the skills that these fellas have, particularly when they get close to the net. He's keeping that low. He kept that very low. That was a reflex volley off the net cord. And now it begins. Just watch this sequence of shots.
Time.
That going just wide. It was just wonderful control tennis. And he really does feel his disappointments.
Thank you.
Oh, brilliant!
Well, Henman's got to be wary of this.
15.
If he doesn't put that first volley away, and it was a difficult volley, that happens.
Yes, snatched at it.
15 all.
Very, very high level of play now.
Amazing volley by
15-30.
Henman, very wide. But he's proving how dangerous he is on the backhand pass, Krajicek.
Crucial point here. He's done it again. And falling in the process. Don't think he's hurt, hope not.
15-40.
But it was the most beautiful control here. Look at this. The forehand return is good. Henman has to wait. He tries to play it deep, and in comes Krajicek, does the splits as he plays the drive volley pass. Have another look at this. There he goes. And he just clutches that right leg momentarily. I don't think he's hurt. 2 break points. 2 set points, in fact.
Right, first service.
Up.
30-40. Net.
Well, a lot of people think that that was an ace, but in fact, you probably at home heard the bleep. It was a net.
Thank you. Deuce.
Well, you remember when Henman played here against Kofelnikov on the first day. He was twice match point down and served 2 aces. That was almost as good.
Advantage Henman.
All that excitement was last year, of course, and for the first time playing near that form now.
Game, Henman.
So absolute,
5 games all, second set.
absolute delight among the
Thank you very
Henman
much.
supporters.
Please,
A
right,
very
please.
courageous finish to that service game.
What a lovely pass here. So little time, it appears in slow
Love
motion this
15.
time, but there isn't. It's almost instinctive reaction.
Ooh,
15 all.
well, absolutely the right idea. He anticipated the direction of that serve beautifully. Goes round it to hit a forehand, the off forehand. Just misjudges the trajectory.
Thirty, 15. Quiet, please. Forty, 15.
Oh, just long. Good call. Right under our commentary box. A lot of noise from
40,
these
30.
home supporters.
Game, Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 6 games to 5. Second set, first set, Henman.
So absolutely no quarter being asked or given here, and a very high level of serving and of returning. And the break points have been equally spread, the chances. 4 to each man. And I suppose that game, the 8th game of the first set, is a long time ago now when Krajicek saved his 4, but Henman has just saved 2 crucial ones, break points that were set points.
Yes, well, I don't think the break points are the only similarities we have on show here, because they're very similar sorts of tennis player. Both with big serves, both with excellent volleys, good
Time.
movement around the court, good ground strokes.
Fifteen love.
Well, I don't think that's going to improve his morale too much. It's slightly embarrassing. Presumably it was a bad bounce.
30 love. $40.
One more point, and we'll have another tiebreak.
$40-15.
It was like a sort of bit of lightning flashing across the court. It was the most amazingly hard hit backhand return.
Game. Henman. Six games all, tiebreak. Krajicek to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, players are ready. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Well, the first return by Henman was just preparation for the second shot. This is beautiful.
1-0, Henman. Thank you. One all.
Anticipating that direction of serve so well in the last couple of games.
Two-one, Henman.
Which was probably why he chose to slice that to the forehand and surprise the Dutchman.
Awfully good play.
2-all.
He got in there quickly, close to the net. Such a good angle.
Three-two, Krajicek.
Yes, he'd anticipated where the serve was going all right, but just a little bit too fast and deep for him to run round.
Three-all.
Well, they look calm enough, don't they, the two groups of supporters?
Four-three, Henman.
Well, I haven't seen Henman serving as well as this since the start of the year when he was doing so well and before the operation on that elbow. 3-4.
4-all. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not use flash cameras. Thank you. Krajicek.
Beautiful length on that serve. Not quite as fast as some.
Krajicek.
So the double fault, his third today, giving Krajicek 2
Quiet, please.
set
Thank you.
points.
Thank you very much. Krajicek.
But the next one will be on the Dutchman serve.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Oh, he's done it again. Can you believe it? What an extraordinary shot that was. On the left of your picture there, Lucy.
6-all. Quiet, please. Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you.
Tremendous opportunism.
Henman.
And now a
Thank you very much. Quiet,
set
please.
point for Henman on his serve. Each man answering the challenge.
7-all.
Absolutely
Quiet,
magnificent.
please. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and that's good too. Well, I don't recall seeing a tie-break of this quality for ages. Look at this.
8-7.
Beautifully controlled to an acute
Krajicek.
angle. And for the third time, Krajicek at set point.
Game. And second set, Krajicek, 7-6.
So with his 15th ace today,
1-all.
Richard Krajicek, and here it is. Richard Krajicek levels the match in the most exciting fashion. Each man having had his chance in that tiebreak, and each playing quite magnificently when behind.
Well, I agree with what you said, John. It's absolutely astonishing tiebreak that was. The last 7 points contained 5 breaks of serve, and that might imply that the serving was not all that good, but it wasn't. It was absolutely brilliant. And the subsequent events in each point there were just too astonishing, really, to sort of comprehend. They were just amazing shots, particularly the rally when Henman played a couple of fantastic shots, really, to bring him to set point. Really was an incredible tie-break.
Well, of course, the players can release all the tension by running about the tennis court or hitting tennis balls, but the poor spectators, well, they can only sit and suffer.
Quiet, please.
New balls as Henman prepares to serve in the first game of the third set. Just querying it whether there is in fact a change of balls. There is, because it should have been at 25, but you don't take it for the tie break. And this is the first opportunity afterwards.
Roll them in, roll them in. Take them in.
Well, it seems to me that Jorge Diaz is making sure that they've got the old balls away. Is he? Should be new balls. Just a little bit of administrative problem here. Here they are. So at least the players are alive to the situation. So after that little hiccup, it will be Henman serving with the new balls at the start of the third set.
Love.
One wonders whether this match will finish tonight.
Love. 30 love.
I must say the light tonight is probably better than it's been at any time in the championships. The dark clouds are gone and it's a scattered cloud blue sky.
40 love. Game, Henman. First game, third set. Ball change, please.
So this early evening crowd thoroughly enjoying themselves. A lot of them youngsters. Probably some of them have got return tickets when spectators leave. They're asked to leave their tickets in a box for resale. The money going to charity. And many of these youngsters, I suspect, have bought those return tickets. And what a wonderful atmosphere it's created. It will be a totally different crowd tomorrow if they have to resume. We don't know yet whether that will be the case. But Henman playing a good first game of that third set. Often one finds a player reacting after such a tight tiebreak.
Yes, I haven't seen that reaction from him. He is always solid at the end of a set, win or lose. That's another big factor in his favour. I can't really see two more sets being played tonight. Finish this match.
Love.
We always knew, of course, about the quality of Krajicek's serve, having seen him win here last year. But Henman's has been first class today.
Love. 40 love. Game, Krajicek.
Don't know quite what that query is, but it can't be the light
1 game all.
or the
Third set.
dew on the court. I think the court is perfectly dry at the moment. 2 good service games, 1 all.
Henman losing his way here, playing a touch volley when his opponent, in fact, was
15.
getting close here, halfway to it, and deserved really to get punished.
Net first service. Love 13.
So Krajicek is now beginning to read Henman's delivery direction quite well and making much more punishing returns.
Fifteen 13. Net first service.
Oh, that's utterly brilliant and a slightly lucky miss-hit to produce a couple of break points. Look at this.
15-40.
He meant to go in and hit it deep, I think. Slight miss-hit, and it drops dead.
Thank you.
Here it is. I may be doing him an injustice. It's the way
30-40.
the way to answer him with an ace. It's his 6th.
Game, Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 2-1, third set.
And the first break of serve in the match. Henman had in the 7th game of the first set, in the 6th and 10th games of the second set faced break points, saved all of them. 2 of them were set points, but this time the double fault did the damage. I'm reminded of the match against Paul Harhouse.
Yes, indeed. I was thinking back much further than that, John, when Edberg was beaten playing Stich over 4 sets, and Edberg never dropped his serve once. I mean, it was a pretty sad way to lose a match when you never get your serve broken. The support is rearing up behind Henman. I must say, if light prevents more than 1 set being played this evening, whoever wins this set we're in now, the 3rd set, is going to have a big advantage overnight.
Nail-biting time for Henman.
15 love. $30 love. $40 love.
3 in a row, 18 all told.
I have to report, John, that was 135 miles an hour. 135.
Game. Krajicek. Krajicek leads by 3 games to 1.
Well, what magnificent serving by the champion.
Quiet, please. Players are ready. Thank you.
1-3.
$15 love. $30 love.
Just a fantastic volley from Henman after that bullet at him, and that was... Henman in so quickly, but the point before, Krajicek totally surprised to see the volley come back.
Game, Henman. Krajicek leads by 3 games to 2. Third set, 1 set all.
Everything happening very fast at the moment. Much too fast for Henman on Krajicek. What wonderful example! What a wonderful example of the serving art in that last Krajicek service game. So here are the fastest serves, 135 just now from Krajicek and 128 from Henman, so pretty respectable delivery speeds there. And the average has been pretty high too, so all the more remarkable that the returning has been as good as it has. Henman keen to get on with it. Normally you can play up to about 9:15, about an hour to go.
Time.
Krajicek taking his full allotted time. I wonder if that was asking about how long they're likely to be playing. I don't think so. Plenty of light there still.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Players are ready.
With a break, 3-2. A pigeon has returned. A pair of them.
Quiet, please. $15 love.
What's all the noise about them?
Krajicek is used to more interesting things on centre court. He had a streaker last year, didn't he?